Hey everybody, this is Emily, aka LifeRider91 here, and welcome to my channel. This is my very first video, and I am super excited. This has been something I've been wanting to do for a while, so it's really cool to finally get to post these for you guys. Now, I'm going to be posting a lot in the next couple of weeks, so be on the lookout, but today's video is about something that I'm going to try not to babble through, but it's something that I think all girls really have trouble with when they're first starting out. And that is finding products for your very first makeup kit. It was really daunting for me, and I know a lot of girls find it confusing and crazy when they're first starting. And I was a little bit older when I first started makeup, but even as old as I was, it was scary. So these are the products that I selected to show in this video, because even though these aren't the products that I'm saying, oh, you have to get these exact products, I wanted to show products that I think are good for beginners and will give you kind of a good base for learning how to put on makeup. And they're all drugstore products, basically, except for one I'm going to show you just as a comparison price-wise. But these are all drugstore products that I think anybody with a reasonable budget can afford. I'm babbling, but we're just going to get right into it. The first product that I chose is a BB cream. Now, I think when you're first starting out, you don't necessarily have to have a foundation. BB creams are a really good, starter point for anybody to learn how to use foundation, because you still get the process of putting something like a foundation on your face, but you don't have to worry about the feeling of a heavy product on your face, or you don't have to worry about that scary, heavy coverage that you get from a lot of foundations. And so I think anybody wanting to wear something like a foundation should start out with a BB cream. And this is the Maybelline Dream Fresh BB cream. This is what I use, and I really like this product because it's very simple to put on, and it doesn't give you that heavy feeling again, and it has a lot of benefits. It blurs imperfections and enhances things. It brightens your skin. It adjusts your skin tone, which I have noticed is happening. The first time I put this on, it was a little can't really tell, but you can kind of see it after a while. It starts to kind of blend in with your skin tone, which is really nice, and it has an SPF of 30, so that's always really good. Even though I'm not somebody who's super religious about putting on sunscreens and things like that, nobody wants their skin to be damaged by the sun, so anytime you can get something with an SPF, always a good side benefit. So if you're looking for a BB cream, I would highly suggest this. I actually use this in place of I cannot talk today. I actually use this in place of a foundation because I don't really need the heavy coverage. I don't have a whole lot of acne problems and a lot of weird redness going on. I have a little bit, but it's easily covered by this, and I don't have to worry about the weird skin tone ranges that a lot of foundations have, because that can be kind of scary. So I stay away from that, and I just use this. So if you're just starting out and you're scared of foundation. Okay, so the next product I want to talk to you guys about is concealers. And concealers, I feel, are so important, because I don't care who you are, you will probably have something on your face that you need covered up in some way, shape, or form. And for me, even though I don't get bad acne, I will get the occasional little zit or something, and when I get a zit, it's very, very red, so I always have to cover that up, and my BB cream does not always take care of that. And obviously you can't see it right now because I have concealer on, but I get really bad under eye circles that just look horrible, so I desperately need some concealer to cover those up. And what I use most often is this CoverGirl True Blend Fix Stick, and the lighting in here is horrible, I'm sorry, so you can't really see the packaging. You can't really see the name of it that good. But this is the Fix Stick, and I really like this CoverGirl concealer because it's very, I think, beginner friendly, because it's easy to use, and you can just right under your eyes or on any spots, and it's really convenient, and it looks like a crown, and it kind of smells like a crown. Yeah, kind of smells like a crown, which is weird, so if you have a thing about smells, this might not be the best, but I like the product. It's very easy to use, so you're rocking the concealer, CoverGirl. Like this product. Another CoverGirl product I really like, and it's also a really good segue into my next product, my next category I want to talk to you guys about. That is this, if I can open it, this CoverGirl Smoothers Pressed Powder. This is what it looks like, and there's information on the back. This is in the shade 710. This is just a translucent pressed powder. This is what it looks like on the inside. It's just a little compact, has a little mirror. And I like the compact forms. I like the pressed powders better than the jars of loose powder because I just feel like it's less messy. And I like translucent powders because I feel like they don't compete with, or they don't compete with your skin tone, because you're already putting a lot to kind of fix areas of your skin tone with foundation and concealer. So you really don't need a whole lot to go with. You really just want something that's going to not compete with all of that. And translucent powders are the way to go. And so I really like this CoverGirl. I found this in the store, and I just thought, this looks very easy to use. I can just snap it closed, toss this in my makeup bag when I'm traveling, or, just toss it in my purse if I feel like if I feel like I just want to have it with me to powder my nose or something. So yeah, powder, very essential. So after you get your base makeup done with your foundation and concealer and powder, I think the next logical step in your routine, at least in my routine anyway, is your eye makeup. So those are the products I'm choosing to show next. First off, I think everyone's eye makeup routine should include a good primer. Now, the reason a primer is so important for your eye makeup is it really gives you a lot more vibrancy in your eyeshadow color or your eyeliner color, whatever you use on your eyes. It makes the color of it pop more, and it just makes it look more pigmented, which, especially if you're using the drugstore eyeshadow palettes and they're not as pigmented as some of the higher end ones, then that definitely helps. And it also keeps your eye makeup from looking kind of smudgy and creased throughout the day, because that can be a lot of the major problems you have when you're first starting out with eye makeup. So the drugstore eyelid primer I have been using the most is the e.l.f. eyelid primer. And I know you guys are probably thinking, oh, but isn't Urban Decay the best? Yes, but obviously Urban Decay is not the top drugstore brand. It is a higher end brand, and it is $20 for a tube. I actually have a tube of it here because I want to show you guys. This is the Urban Decay primer potion, and you guys can get some of this if you want to have like the best holy grail product, because it really is a great product. I haven't used a lot of it because this stuff costs $20 and you can only get it at Ulta or Sephora, whereas this stuff costs $1 at Walmart and Target. So I think for beginners, this is more cost effective and definitely a better product to use as far as not having to try and make it last a while, because this stuff, when you have to pay $20 for it, you're making it go as far as you possibly can. You're using very little of it. At least I do anyway. And I only use this for, again, special occasion makeup. I use this a lot around the holidays. This is better for your everyday makeup routine. So if you guys want to get both of these and try them like that, feel free. I just waited a while to get this because of the cost. But I definitely like this better for every day, and it's definitely cheaper for beginners and easier to use because this is a doe foot applicator, so it's very easy just to swipe and everything. Whereas the Urban Decay has this little tube thing, which is good in theory. I just don't know. I mean, it probably will be a little bit harder to use like when I get down to the last little bit of this tube. So probably we'll keep tabs on that. Oh, and let me know if you guys would like me to do a video of a little compare contrast between these two. I've been wanting to do that. I don't know if everybody would want to see that. So obviously, once you have your eyes all primed and ready to go, you're going to want some eyeshadow. So that's the next product I want to talk about. Now, as far as drugstore eyeshadow, there's so many different kinds to go with that you can really get anything you like, any kind of color you like, and there's just so much out there to explore, so it's really fun to try. These are the eyeshadows that I go with most often, and the ones I want to talk to you guys about just right off the bat. This is the Wet n Wild eyeshadow palette in Sweet as Candy. And I like this particular palette because obviously you can see it tells you kind of where to put each color in this palette. And I like that because, especially as a beginner, it can be kind of confusing as to where you put different colors and how to really define the colors that you put on your eyes. So I like this for beginners. This other eyeshadow palette I want to show you is from NYX, and really this could be a good beginner palette too if you just want to get a good eyeshadow palette and experiment. And this is the Smoky Fume palette from NYX, and it has all these different colors. Like I said, this is just one of those palettes that may not necessarily be the best for beginners unless you just really want to experiment with eyeshadow like I did. But, you know, like I said, eyeshadow you can really go as crazy as you want, so it's really up to you. These are just the palettes that I use the most. I probably use this one more than this one now, just because I feel like I lean more toward the colors in this when I want a little more of a smoky effect in my eyes. So the last category of products as far as the actual makeup itself goes that I want to talk to you guys about is blush. Now for me, I don't use a whole lot of variety as far as my blush. I use only like one or two, and I don't use a lot of blush because for me I have a very natural kind of pinky sort of redness to my cheeks already, whether it's either warm or cold outside. My cheeks do that, so I don't use a whole lot of it, but these are the two blushes that I do go for in my makeup kit, and I think they're very good for beginners. This is the blush from e.l.f. in the shade Tickled Pink, and it just has this little mirror on. I think it's cute packaging, and I like this shade, but it's a little light for me. I actually recommend that most beginners go with a blush that's a little bit too light for them, because it gives you the ability to learn the art of putting on blush without having to worry too much about going overboard. This one I really didn't find I could go too overboard with because it's a very light sort of nude type of tone. So it just kind of barely kisses my cheeks with a little bit of color, but this does have a little more pigmentation to it. This is the NYX blush that I have, and this is kind of my favorite blush right now because it actually does show up a little more on my skin. So this is more for once you get used to blush and you just want to have a little extra kiss of pink or something like this. This is in the shade Peach, which just shows up a little bit pink on my skin. And this is what it looks like on the inside. This is very cute packaging as well. It's very hard to open, but it's very cute packaging, and I like these two blushes for beginners because they're just very simple, very easy to throw in your bag, put on, and you're good to go. Once you have the makeup, you're going to need to also get some brushes to help you put on the makeup. These are the brushes I have, and basically this is just for different brushes that I don't use brushes for like my foundation and concealer and stuff. I just make sure my hands are clean and I just use that. But for my powdery things, like obviously my powder and my eyeshadow and blush and everything, I do use brushes for that. So this is the, you really cannot see, the lighting is not really good for these lighter. This is the Total Face brush from e.l.f. And then I also have these two brushes that I use for my eyeshadow. This is just the plain eyeshadow brush and then the smudging brush for when I'm blending out my eyeshadow. Each of these brushes were only $1 each from e.l.f. And this blush brush that I have from e.l.f., this is I guess from the Studio line, which I guess is what they call the products in the black packaging from e.l.f. But this is just the blush brush, and this cost me $3, so it's a little bit more I guess because it's a little bit kind of the higher end products from e.l.f. I don't know. I'm still figuring out the difference between the e.l.f. products and the white packaging, black packaging. So, but I only use these 4 brushes, and I like these brushes, even though the e.l.f. brushes do shed just a tiny bit. For me, it's not enough for me to worry about, especially for such cheap brushes. I'm not somebody that wants to go out and spend a whole lot of money on makeup brushes because that just seems kind of silly to me. So I just go for these cheap brushes, and I think these are really good brushes for beginners. I don't think you really need much more than this until you get a little more experience with makeup. So I'm very happy to use these, and I just keep them in this cute little bag along with my makeup stuff so that they don't get everything else all messy. That is basically the products that I think are kind of key for your beginner makeup kit. And you'll notice I did not put any mascaras or eyeliners in this because I personally don't use eyeliner or mascara because they're just not my personal taste. But if you want to go to the drugstores or the Ulta or Sephora and try out different eyeliners and mascaras, that is completely up to you. Those are more trial and error products that basically you just find what you want to try and go for it. If I do decide to try any, I will keep you guys updated on that, but right now, I'm really not into that kind of stuff, so we'll see where that goes. But for right now, those aren't my tastes, so this is basically my starter makeup kit that I put together for you guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will try not to babble and be as crazy in my next video. So I will see you guys in my next video, and have a great day.